Good afternoon, South Africa. If you are joining us for the first time, welcome to the National Convention for 2024 special broadcast coming to you live here at the Emperor's Palace, Johannesburg. I am your host, Karabo Lerato Khachau. Here, leaders of various political parties are negotiating a pre-election pact that seeks to defeat the ANC in the polls in 2024 next year and to usher in a new government that cares for the people. Deliberations have been underway, and we have a chairperson of this convention who is Professor William Gumede, who will be giving us updates on how it has been going. And we cannot stress the importance of today enough. We are at a place where CODESA took place, the CODESA negotiations took place between 1990 and 1993, ushering in a new democratic South Africa, ultimately seeing the first democratic elections for South Africa in 1994. So today and tomorrow could not be more momentous. So I'm now going to be crossing over to the media briefing, where we will be hearing from the chairperson of the National Convention, Professor William Gumede, crossing through to the briefing.
Negotiations like this is very robust. It's been a very robust engagement. It's going very well. So the context that it is robust, but it's going very well. I think some breakthroughs. I mean, one of the breakthroughs is obviously around we managed to cobble together a joint vision for the parties together. So that's, I think, a really it's a very big victory for the group. The second one, they settled on a name: Multi-Party Charter for South Africa. And obviously, as you know, it was quite a big, and it was a collective decision at the end. It was a very robust discussion, but that is what they came up with. Let me repeat it again: multi-party charter for South Africa. And the second big progress point was a collective vision that the parties agreed on. Discussions obviously now ongoing. It's still ongoing. It is very robust, which is the nature of negotiations. Very, very robust, very frank, very open, but we're making progress. Thank you.
Thanks very much, everybody. I'm assuming, Chair, you're not going to take questions, or you take questions? I think you'll take 2 or 3. We'll take a few questions, okay? Can you say who you are, where you're from, and then ask the question to Professor Gumede? Okay, thanks. Can you speak up, because I don't know if we've got microphones around, okay? Sorry, the lady in the front. Her hand was up first, and then the lady with yellow. Okay, all right, okay.
All right. Thank you very much. My name is Sisanda Mboleka from the Sunday Times. Prof, you just announced that the parties have agreed on a shared vision. Do you mind sharing with us what exactly that vision is? Has it been formulated into a particular phrase or, setting as announced? Thank you very much.
Thank you. We'll take the next question, and then Prof will answer, and then we'll take 2 more, and that'll be it. Okay.
It's Natasha Ferry here from SABC News. Just as a follow-up to my colleague's question, can you just take us through the insights of some of the conversations or the negotiations that were had inside the room? Also, you mentioned the fact that it was robust. You also earlier on mentioned the fact that parties will now have to sacrifice certain things. Can you just let us into those conversations as well? Thank you.
Thanks. Okay, the gentleman in the very nice suit there. Okay.
Prof, Jones, the NCA. Just maybe, what has been the bone of contention around the discussions? What has been, one item or element that's been robustly discussed that's brought the parties to a stalemate?
Okay, and then I recognize the lady in the orange, and then there's one there, and then it'll be it. Okay.
Okay, it's Queen Maswadi from the Daily
There's an opening mic, please.
Oh, sure. Thanks so much. Can you assist us? Okay. That'll help. Okay.
It's
Thanks.
Queen Maswadi from the Daily Maverick. My question is around submissions. I do understand that there was a call for various organizations to also give their submissions
Can you give us an idea of which organizations did that, and if you guys have already considered these suggestions?
Thank you. Okay, those will be the questions. Prof. Gumede, can I help you, or have you got?
I think I've got it. Yeah, I'll start with the last one. Thank you for thank you for the questions. The last one, just in terms of the submissions, so we haven't had time yet to go through all of those submissions, but because the volume of the submissions. The group received quite a number of submissions, very diverse submissions, so it'd be very likely that they'll need to process those submissions and they'll come back and have a discussion around the submissions. But very positive, I think that's the best I could say. Well, the big issue, obviously the name, the unpacks was a bone of contention. And so many of the parties wanted a name, because names are, a name is key, because that's the identity. And without an agreement on a name, name was a very big obstacle to get that agreement. So the name that eventually was accepted was a consensus name. So that's one of the robust discussion and one of the points. What are the other issues? Obviously, some issues cannot obviously be resolved in this round of the negotiations, and some issues will have to be moved on to a different round. For example, there are many other opposition parties that are outside the process. How will this core group, engage with many of those parties? What would be the shared values? Although now they've got a vision, makes it easier for them to have a conversation with some of the parties outside. So that's a very important, I think it's important progress, because the vision that they've managed to cobble together now gives them the space to begin to engage with parties outside. So it becomes a very important catalytic agreement, because that agreement makes it possible to have conversations with others outside. Okay. That was it?
Yeah, no, my question was, what are the debates? What is the vision? Are you allowed to read it out?
I think it would be, practically it would be very difficult, but this is going to be public once, I think once it's, it would be, it needs to be signed off. The best I can say is that a vision was accepted, or was agreed upon. It's not accepted, but agreed upon. I use the word cobble together because it's a robust engagement to get to that vision. So that has been achieved. So it's quite an important victory. It's quite an important gel that will hold the group together as one of the pillars of a long-term coalition. Okay.
I think you've covered all the questions.
I think, we've covered everything, yeah?
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Do you want to add it?
Yeah.
There you have it, South Africa. That was the chairperson of the National Convention, Professor William Gumede, who just gave us an update of what has been going on in the negotiations. There are two important notes that he has addressed the media on. Firstly, that the multi-parties have agreed on a vision, and this will be shared once the convention has concluded. So this is absolutely inspirational and beautiful to see that they are united and they've agreed. The second thing is that they have agreed on a name. So this is the multi-party multi-party charter for South Africa. That's the multi-party charter for South Africa, and that is what's going to see the defeat of the ANC in 2024 and usher in a new government that can and that cares for our future. And so being here today is absolutely energizing and absolutely hopeful for all South Africans to see that these political parties took our cries seriously, that they are indeed committed to sitting down and coming up with the necessary solutions to ensure that our futures are changed positively and that we have a government that cares finally. But then again, it is up to all of us as citizens to ensure that we meet their efforts by ensuring that we too can play our part by being able to vote in the elections next year. And we can only do that by being registered to vote. So it's important to check your registration status at check.da.org.za. That is check.da.org.za. Let us all turn up and ensure that we're able to exercise our power, because ultimately the power is for the registered. So we're still here at the Empress Palace in Johannesburg. We'll continue to give you more live updates as we hear what's going on in the negotiation room. But it's important to keep that conversation flowing online. The hashtag of the day is the hashtag National Convention 2024. Like and share our broadcast as well as our social media accounts to hear more breaking news. I am signing out. Karabo Khachao.